Number 3.
I have a question about disaster preparedness, and specifically, I have concerns about how to quickly get information. I know that we have reverse 911, but I also know that when my family lived in Fallbrook, by the time those calls came in, it was really hard to get anywhere, and the flames were right there. And so basically what I'm doing is, I'm trying to look around, go outside and look around, I smell smoke, and there's a county website I found, but it doesn't seem to be updated frequently enough to know what to do when I can see flames from my house.
Facebook Bridget.
Friend Bridget.
Facebook Bridget.
Well, this is not county. She's not running, right? She's sick for a couple of years. Marsha, you go ahead, please.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you, Bridget Moore, our mayor, has emergency preparedness all wrapped up when anything happens. If you've gone to the website and you've registered for your email address there, you'll get an email that will go to your phone. She has it on Facebook. There are apps on your phone. We've had 2 CERT classes here now, so that the whole community, the citizens, know what to do. The city sells at cost your emergency preparedness pack next Tuesday night.
Yeah, next Tuesday.
There'll be a speaker at City Hall on earthquake preparedness and what to do in that. And the city so far, I mean, they have done an excellent job at getting everybody ready for an emergency and knowing how and where. Her mayor's ball, the money from that is going to a trailer that will have supplies and everything for our emergency. We've got a grant that we were going to have some big shared tent buildings that will be used at that time. So we're really prepared.
See, you had a good answer.
Well, I had a good answer, but it's not something we're going to change. I mean, it's not something that all of us, it's there already, it's done.
Well, she'll get it.
Put a Bridget's
Kristen,
website.
I'm ready. Wait, I got to collaborate there, or Cheryl.
If you go to Bridget's website, you'll find out that Bridget has been cloned about 1,500 times. She's everywhere.
Kristen, please go ahead.
And I think it is building relationships with your neighbors who do have access if you don't have access to the computer or Facebook or anything. It is building relationships. I think the next step with the CERT is creating the citizen core, and that's developing block captains who are connected via ham radio. My husband's one of them, has ham radio, getting more ham radio operators out there, because phones, computer in a real disaster will not work. So the ham operators, and then getting in a precinct, getting a block captain, and working out that way. So it is about developing relationships with our neighbors, making them, accountable, and we're all certified, not all, but a majority of us, so they can look to leaders that have been trained and are ready for anything that happens.
One of the priorities when we first incorporated of the city council and of our interim city manager was that we do become a city that has an emergency plan, and I think we're the only incorporated city. Everybody was shocked that we actually did get a plan in place. Paula has worked on that, and Bridget, and some of the other staff and council members went to Santa Barbara for a week-long intense training session, so that if there is a disaster, they know how to coordinate, they know what their roles are, and they know how to coordinate with fire and with police. And our staff has been trained as well. They all carry emergency kits in their car, and they have a place where they know to go together, so they can start transmitting information back and forth. We all had to take a test as council people. We had to read through some of the, not near as extensive as Paula and Bridget, but we are required to take certain tests on that. And you're right, the next level is getting the community organized so that it filters down. I know whenever I see a fire smoke, I call Bridget, Bridget calls somebody, Gary calls me. She already knows. We're calling everybody that we know to make sure that, hey, if it's near your house, that you're aware of it. and of course then fire response. But we do have an excellent system in place, and the next level is to filter down to the people in the neighborhoods.
Thank you. George, do you have any comments on emergency water?
I happen to be part of the hazmat team. You know, they were spraying again for a week for Elsinore Valley. You know, since we had chemicals, we wanted to make sure that, you know, if something ever happened, we retained the ownership of the facility. Because if you say, I don't know, you just kind of step back, basically the hazmat, you know, Riverside County hazmat or the fire department will go in and they take over. But when you have your own team, you retain the ownership, and then you know what's going on. You're directing everybody within and helping everybody to evacuate whatever you need